So at what point did the cam leading to the website? Because you had a website too that you blogged about your sexual experiences.
Yeah, that was fun. So one of the things that cam girls do to make tips is that they'll, make videos and stuff. Right. Again, before platforms like Clip for Sales and OnlyFans were around, right. Cam girls would be doing all this stuff and then they'd be selling it for tips. And they would sometimes upload it to like Pornhub or tube sites or whatever it was. And I was just like, if I'm going to be selling these videos, like I'm fine selling it. But like rather than just selling it through camming, I'll just host my own site. And then the blogging, like I've always been interested in writing. I wanted to write about a lot of this stuff. I look in women's magazines and there's always like health stuff, but I don't really see that in men's magazines, And this was like my eureka moment. And the dumb thing is it actually made a lot of sense. I was like, I'm gonna write about this stuff, like things that guys might be concerned about. Okay. And then if anyone questions what they're doing, they can just tell their friends they're watching porn. But you get the logic, right?
Yeah. I get the. I mean. I think a lot of guys would be ashamed to be on a porn site too.
No, I think.
Not me personally. Yeah. I'll let Gabe know. But what about some of the advice stuff?
I did this one on like prostate cancer and I got a lot of responses on it when people going, I was just reading through it and like when you listed the symptoms, I realized that I had a lot of these symptoms, so I actually went to the doctor. So that one felt good because it felt like I actually helped people with it. Yeah. Other ones were really dumb.
Any down bad advice?
There was so many, and this was so many years ago. But I remember there was an article I wrote on like why do my balls itch? There's so many reasons why guys' balls itch. That was a week of my life wasted researching that one.
Oh, you did research on these articles?
Of course. I don't want to be giving misinformation. There were some really dumb things like the number of guys that have tried to masturbate with a vacuum cleaner is a lot higher than I thought.
Yeah, because it does blow you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks. But it's really dangerous.
And how many people were like tuning into these articles every week?
I think I was getting like 30,000
30,000
unique views.
Wow.
At the start, it was very personal to me. But then, like, when it got big, it was like, okay, we need to get 3, 4, 5, 6 articles out a day. Yeah. And then I just felt the quality went down.
At this point, did you have a boyfriend?
It was actually when I met my current partner. And I didn't know what I was going to do afterwards. I kind of floated around for a while.
Right. In LA? Right.
Mm-hmm. I came here October 2019, and then COVID started.
But at that point, like, that's when OnlyFans was starting to.
Yeah, that's why I started it, because I was like, you know what, I'm in America, pandemic hit.
How is OnlyFans different from?
It's not that different to what I was already doing, but it's not live.
Yeah. So how did you and your man meet?
We met at HentaiCon.
Word. Yo, that is a fire convention that I have not gone to yet.
It only happened once.
No, I'm pretty sure. No, there is an annual thing.
No, there was one con for HentaiCon, and it hasn't happened since.
Someone gotta make that happen. I gotta make that happen.
Yeah, you should.
What was there? What was the vibe? Just anime titties?
You'd have to ask my partner because I was there for work. I flew in from Europe just to be there, and like I didn't know anyone.
Were you a panelist? Were you just like a speaker?
I was one of the listed guests, and then I did have a speaking role at one point.
Were you cosplaying?
I cosplayed one day, but I did go as Morrigan on the first day, and that's when my partner saw me and he was like, she's hot. Apparently we met at an after party and he asked me for a cigarette because I was smoking back then, a little bit. So he remembers working up his courage to ask me, and I don't remember. I don't remember at all. But then apparently we met at another party later on, and I did vaguely remember asking because I was in work mode. I wasn't interested in any of that stuff.
So you were trying to network.
So I was asking him because I wanted to do a series on the attractiveness of Asian guys. Because when I went to HentaiCon and I saw all these male cosplayers with the abs out, I was yo, these guys are hot. Let's put a highlight on it. So that's when I swapped socials with him. And then...
That was real professional. You could have just said, yo, he was hot. I was trying to fuck.
This dude came up to me topless, dressed as Kakashi. I was like, all right, this guy is definitely a fuckboy. You know what I mean?
Kakashi is slaying.
Yeah, he was hot, but definitely a fuckboy.
And yet you still reply. Yeah, you still text him back.
And then we got on this video call, and he was really sweet. And I was like, oh shit, he's not a fuckboy. And it was the duality of man that guess made me fall for him.
Right. No, you have to look like a fuckboy. You have to.
I don't know. I think it was the app.
You should. I mean, Yeah, especially Kakashi, bro. Like you basically the alpha of all in the anime world. So you guys were talking back and forth over video.
Yeah,
chat.
so we video chatted.
At this
both
point
of us.
is when the camming.
No, we were just video calling like every day, at least an hour.
So at this point, there was no like sexual tension.
Oh, there was sexual tension.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, you make it sound so wholesome.
It was
I was just
wholesome. Okay, it was wholesome. There were some days where we were talking for like 3-4 hours because there was a time difference of like 9 hours.
Really?
So we would time it so that we'd have 2 calls a day. One when I'm like going to sleep and he's like waking up, and one when I'm waking up and he's going to sleep.
Yeah.
And it felt very wholesome, but there was sexual tension. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna be flying back to Vegas for a convention that I'm working, and he's like, I'm gonna drive there. I thought that was really sweet. He's driving across states to see me.
I mean, if you guys are into each other, that's very sweet.
Yeah, and then he arrived at 2 in the morning, and then we like fucked straight away.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, you arrived at 2 in the morning. I don't know what I was meant to do. Like, we can't just be like, do you want a cup of tea?